What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Emanuel Navarrete versus Liam Wilson, and this was a 12-rounder for the vacant WBO Super Featherweight World Championship, and this fight was Friday, February 3rd from the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or on the ESPN app. So let me just say this first. This fight was phenomenal. I mean, much better than I expected. Even though my prediction was pretty much correct in terms of a sort of like mid-round stoppage for Navarrete, like a mid to late stoppage, which is what happened. I mean, I didn't expect it to be this close, this competitive, and this fun. I mean, this fight was very fun to watch, very entertaining. But just to delve into how I had the fight scored and my analysis on it, I had the bout scored 76-75 in favor of Liam Wilson. I did have Wilson up by a point, but it was a very, very fun and competitive fight with a lot of close rounds. So just to break this fight down round by round, the first round, I thought that it was a nice round for Wilson. Wilson was active, throwing more punches than Navarrete, and won it clearly with some nice left hook counters. Then in the second round, Navarrete started to pick up the pace and sort of pressured Liam Wilson and was much more active than him in the second round. Then in the third round, it was a close round, but I thought that Liam Wilson was a bit more. Well, he won the round based off of landing more eye-catching shots. Like his shots were more powerful, it looked like in that third round, than Navarrete's. Then in the fourth round, this was a massive round for Liam Wilson. Navarrete was exchanging with Liam Wilson. Then Wilson, out of nowhere, landed a massive left hook on the chin of Navarrete that wobbled him back. Then Wilson went in there for the kill, throwing big combinations on Navarrete. Navarrete got backed up again. Then, whilst he was backing up, Wilson landed a massive right hand. I think it was a right hand, could have been a left hook, but he landed a massive power shot on Navarrete that sent him down to the canvas, and it was called a knockdown, rightfully. Then in the fifth round, I thought it was a nice bounce back round from Navarrete. He looked a bit leveled compared to the fourth. He came forward and landed some nice combos on Wilson. Then in the sixth round, this was also a hard round to score. Navarrete looked great in the round. He was really, really dominating, I guess you could say, in that sixth round. He was landing nice combinations on Wilson, going forward nicely. But then, late in that sixth round, Liam Wilson landed a massive left hook. Sorry about that. He landed a massive left hook on the chin of Navarrete that sort of stopped him in his tracks. Like when he landed that shot, you could see the sweat flying off of Navarrete's head. You could see him that he was hurt. He was just standing there, stunned like a deer in headlights. I mean, it was a massive shot from Wilson. I was shocked that Navarrete stood up to it. It was a huge shot, and that's why I gave the sixth to Wilson, because it was such a big shot. And Navarrete was hurt. Then round number seven, Wilson was backed up, and he looked pretty hurt with some nice combinations to the body and to the head, because at that point in the fight, Navarrete started to mix it up a bit to the body and to the head a bit more, which really won him this fight. Then in round number eight, Navarrete again started mixing up to the body and to the head, and Wilson looked a bit uncomfortable. Then in the ninth round, it ultimately ended where Emanuel Navarrete landed a massive right hand over the top on the chin of Wilson that sent him down to the canvas immediately, just one shot. Wilson got back up, but he was not stable. Navarrete went in there for the kill, was just backing up and battering Liam Wilson, going to the head, to the body, backing him up against the ropes. Wilson's legs were gone. He was stumbling and bumbling around the ring. He was getting hammered with big combinations. He was trying to land a left hook here and there, really trying to just stay in it, but he was just getting battered with big shots, and then the referee waved it off. So if you did watch this fight, comment down below your thoughts on the stoppage, your thoughts on the victor, Emanuel Navarrete, and how you had it scored. So this goes into the question, what is next for Emanuel Navarrete? He is now a 3-division WBO world champion, was a super bantamweight champ, was a featherweight champ, now is a super featherweight champion. I believe he is still the featherweight champion. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that, if he's going to vacate that title or if he's going to continue on at 130. But just one thing to say, his body in this fight did not look good. Normally, obviously, he's not a guy that has chiseled six-pack abs or anything like that. But normally you get to see sort of like it has a solid, like just strong body. Like he looks like he's fit. He looks like he trains. But in this fight, I mean, he looked a little bit pudgy. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know it's only a 3 pound difference compared to what he was fighting at 126 compared to 129, which is what he waiting for this fight. But I mean, he didn't. His body type didn't look that good. It looked like he was laying off on the running and adding more cheeseburgers to his diet instead. But nonetheless, he still got the job done. And this goes into question: what is next for Emanuel Navarrete? So, like I said, now a 130-pound world champion. The big fight that was supposed to be made was Navarrete versus Valdez, and I think that's what they'll do. I mean, Liam Wilson almost spoiled the party. Spoiled the party of Navarrete versus Valdez if he would have got this win tonight, but he didn't, so it's definitely going to be Navarrete defending his 130-pound title for the first time against Oscar Valdez, which is what was supposed to be the main event here. But as for Liam Wilson, losing it for the second time in his career, I mean, he put up a valiant effort. He fought very nicely, in my opinion, even though he did get stopped. Still, he fought very nicely and definitely gave Emanuel Navarrete one of the toughest tests of his career, if not the toughest. I mean, really, when you think back to, his only loss came like over 10 years ago, so you can't really count that. I don't even think there's video of that online. But, since when have we seen Navarrete dropped? Since when have we seen him hurt? Since when have we seen him really in trouble like this? So, really, props to Liam Wilson for putting up a great fight and making it very entertaining. But for Wilson, I think he's going to go back to Australia, maybe get an easy win here and there, and then start to build himself back up, maybe in front of the national stage in his home country, or who knows, he could get called back up by Top Rank, by a DAZN, or by a PBC to fight in a big card, and where he could possibly get a big opportunity like this again. So overall, Emanuel Navarrete battles back from a knockdown in the 4th round to ultimately drop and stop Liam Wilson in the 9th round to become the new WBO super-featherweight champion of the world. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.